Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. Now recently we took a look at the Martina Smoky Wolf Mini. I probably misspoke a little bit in that video because I was referring to it as a tracer. It's not a tracer. It works like a tracer, but it is a smoke and flash generator. This doesn't light up your tracer BBs. Now there's potential for your BB as it comes out for those LEDs to put some kind of energy into your tracer rounds, but it's not what it's meant for. So thanks to the guy that chopped into the comments just to correct me on that. But I've just left it on the side since filling it, and to be honest with you, I haven't seen any leakage. Touch wood, it's been pretty damn good. I think we can still like half full, so still got half the juice in there, which after the experience I had with the original cheap crappy Chinese one, I just filled this up, left it on the side because I want to know ahead of time, is it going to leak? So this is great. It's very small. If you're doing outdoor games, you want to get a little bit more realism with the muzzle flashes and the smoke generator. This is perfect. And I really do like the style on this. The futuristic style they've put on it, I actually really like. So cool little thing for you, just it's not a tracer unit. So you guys are telling me to check out the ESHOOTER one. I can't remember how much this thing was. I bought this the same time as I bought the other shotgun tracer from High Pressure Airsoft. I just bought a bunch of stuff from them and a load of MWS parts that they had in stock for the CGS conversions, which I'll be doing hopefully in the new year. And Flare Smoky BT tracer unit. This is the bigger one, I believe. I think they do a smaller one. This one has Bluetooth as well, apparently. I've never used Bluetooth having it on tracers before. Wireless control, smoke mode, chrono. Oh, it's got a chrono? That's pretty cool. 9 mode options, 8 flame colours for options, fast response, 50 plus rounds per second it can pick up on, and it's got a Li battery. Is that Li poly? Li lithium ion, lithium polymer, lithium, is it ferrite? The life batteries, I can't remember what they're called, but who knows. 740 milliamps is a fairly decent sized battery for such a thing. You can tell already the quality of the packaging. So we do have a couple of bits here, a couple of spares it looks like. We've got a user manual here. So we've got an extensive user manual, very straightforward and to the point, tells you how to fit it. Something about the accessories, the light modes, you've got the app and the app instructions, and product overview, essential oil refills. Yeah, pretty straightforward. I'm sure we can figure it out. The only thing I need to know is how to turn the thing on. How do we turn it on? Sound like peanut right now. Yeah, we'll figure it out. There's nothing that basically says turn on like this. So unless have I unwound that all the way? Whatever. We'll figure it out. So in the box you get the ESHOOTER Smoky BT. It's a very short. It's I much dig the matte black of the Martina compared to this one, but it does feel good quality. You've got a thick piece of plastic covering the LEDs on the front there. The USB, we can unwind this from the front, and you've got the USB there. We do have like a rubber seal. I don't know if you can see that. It's like a little elastic band, like a seal for the front. Now, that I imagine just compresses against this plastic here just to seal it, maybe from leaks or whatever. We do get a spare one that's loose in the box here. It's very odd looking. It's like shiny on one side, but little elastic band there as a seal. We've got another little seal in there if I can grab that. I need something to get my fingers in there to grab it. Let's see if I can empty this out here. So you get another little plug. That'll be for the tank. We also get a pistol adapter. Looks very similar to the ones you get off Ace Tech. So you can thread that in. This is clockwise by the looks of it. We get a USB-C charging cable, which is found under the bottle of essential oils, and we get a little vape bottle, which is essential oil, original flavour. Original flavour? Why would it have flavour? I don't know. It doesn't smell of anything. Not that I can smell it anyway. Right, the tracer unit itself, we have a couple of buttons on the back. We have C and M. I'm guessing C stands for colour and M stands for mode. You've got a little numeral there saying M14 negative. We can unscrew it from the back as well. So we can pull this out here, which you will of course have to do to fill this thing up. You've got a huge reservoir here. So we've got the reservoir for the smoke unit. Everything looks really high quality. We've got 2 little lithium polymer batteries there. Just looking for everything else that should be on here. I can't, trying to spotlight the LEDs for the tracer. But we're going to give this thing a go. So very straightforward. We basically pull out the plug. What I do like, which you might not see it right now, is the fact that this plug is a lot harder to pull out by itself than the Martina one. Martina. We get our essential oils, and we want to. Oh, it's a very thin oil, which means it should flow well. If you're familiar with, oh, overfilled it, panic. Wasn't paying attention there. So I was looking at the opposite side, trying to get it to refill, not realising that I've gone a bit over the top and didn't notice it was coming out. So that should be more than enough here. They do sell these as well, spare. Now I'm sure you could get any type of I'm sure they do nicotine-free, flavour-free vape juice, which I'm sure would work in the same way. Now I'm just having a look at how this wicks, because basically you've got these strands, these wicks, and they'll pull this liquid into where the coil is, just there. So can we turn this thing on? Press the mode button once. I believe it turns on. We've got status lights flashing. So we're going to screw this in here like that. So we've got mode on. So that did blue tracer, and then a red LED. That's just the tracer. That was 2 buttons on the tracer. Red, blue, blue. Okay, I'm gonna have to get my head around this. The manual, let's have a quick gander at that. RGB lights. Each time you press the colour switching button to switch to a new colour, 9 colours cycle through. Okay, sleep active. If the flare is not working for 5 minutes, it will automatically go to sleep and shake the product to activate the device again. Okay. Charging. I want to know how to turn it off completely. Because there's nothing worse than it going completely flat and the batteries being buggered. Right, product overview, nothing. Filling tips, 90% full is enough for first use, which supports around 10,000 shots. Maintenance, the oil may stain on the inner tube of the light emitter after every 2 to 3k rounds. Please clean it to ensure stable performance. Abnormal oil accumulation treatment, blah, blah, blah. Please turn it off in time when not in use. If the battery is not charged for more than 3 months, the battery may be over discharged and its lifespan will be reduced or even damaged. Right, instructions. Each time you press the mode button to switch a function, long press to turn on the smoke function. Okay, so purple light blinks 1 time per second. Purple light, oh, status light in the back. Okay, so you've got a little status light here that flashes. So I'm just trying to, basically you've got to look at them blinking lights to figure out what mode you're on. I believe that's off. Okay, muzzle flash, green, tracer with muzzle flash, blue, tracer, white, tracer ratio. So that means it will light up every other tracer round. Apologies if I'm spacing out, I'm just trying to understand it. 2 red light blinks, turn off. Okay, so I think we have to hold it to engage the smoke. So we put it on once, that's tracer and muzzle flash. We hold it, I think that means it's now tracer, muzzle flash. We're just gonna have to try it, aren't we? Let's get it installed on something. Right, let's just There's so much stuff in here. I was like, I just had a mental block. I was like, what the hell am I going to use? Right, we're using the EMG Double Eagle Mark 18. I just want to see if this thing does what it's meant to do. I think I've got the smoke generator turned on. We're going to find out together. I'm going to aim at the box a bit. Let me move some of this stuff out of the way. And I'll try to aim at the box from here so you can see it, hopefully. So that, I don't think is giving me the tracer rounds. I also don't think that's got the smoke thing on. The downside to this is the buttons are at the back, which means unless you've got really skinny fingers. So let's hold this down. And that has, I've just heard the fan come on, so I think that is the smoky bit. So we've got, do we have the tracer? Let's check this. Let's check it first, shall we? So, can't do that. It won't let us, that's a bit too big. Have we got anything? Got anything that can trick this off? Right. I'm not seeing the tracer. So I think that's now the tracer. Tracer, LEDs, and the smoke generator. It doesn't look to me at the moment like it's throwing out as much smoke as the Martina did. So let's put some rounds through it. We've got plenty of ammo, plenty of mags, so it does smell a bit weird. Yeah, it does seem to work. Now, I'm going to try, if I can find my torch, do the trick that the guy in the YouTube comments said the other day, which was basically to get a torch, because we had a torch, didn't we, and we were trying to light it up. And he was like, good idea. He's like, but you're lighting it from the wrong section. We want to light it up from the rear. So, all these guns have torches on. We're going to try and aim it so that... bear with me here, I'm making a right mockery of this. Right, we've got a torch on this AK, and we're going to point the torch at where the smoke's going to be, so round about there. So we'll see if this works a little bit better than before. Is that working? Want it about there, do we? Maybe that works, maybe it doesn't. Let's go high intensity light. Just blinded myself. Right, so the light is about there. So let's try it, shall we? Yeah, you can see that now, can't you? So it does work. It does indeed work. Now what I do want to do while I'm here, let's put a couple more rounds in this mag. If I can remember how to turn this bloody thing on. How did I turn it on? Do you know what? I'm not going to mess about in this video. We'll do it in another one because I'll be here all day. But it seems to work. We've got a few more rounds in a mag here. Hopefully the torch is lighting these up a little bit better. Can we point that further? I'm not a lighting engineer by any point, any aspect, so hopefully this will work better here. As a run out of gas. It does smell strange. Kind of feel like that bit in Austin Powers where he's like, you know when you walk past someone's window and you go, what are they cooking? That's kind of what it smells like. It's weird. I mean, I'd be all for them just switching that up a little bit and giving us like a fruity smell, so at least it's pleasant. But it's not unpleasant, it's just not pleasant. You can't probably see it here, but like every now and again there's like a perfect like ring that comes out. Yeah, you can see that, can't you? There we go. I don't know what it is. Is it movies that have like corrupted us, that when a suppressor's smoking, you're just like... I was on the range just before Christmas, a couple of days before Christmas, and I was with a buddy of mine, and we were shooting some real stuff. So we were shooting 2.2s, we were shooting 5.56, and then we were shooting a 308 M700, which he basically travels to me. He sits around while I do it, and we basically Cerakoted this custom M700. It had a shorter barrel on it. It's in an extremely nice, like the expensive Magpul chassis. Nice scope on there. We were shooting that suppressed. So we've got this, I mean, it's probably not as prominent as the people. If you're over in the US, obviously this stuff's normal to you. Obviously in the UK, it's not as normal. That you can do it, but you don't have as many people doing it over here. So we're shooting this big 308 bolt action. Well, to me, a 308 is a big round. I'm sure it is. And it's just like, as we were basically sighting this thing in and zeroing the optic. So I'd fire a round in. So we put a test round in. And then after we'd fired it for a bit, we obviously left the bolt back. And it's just, I don't know why. I just walked up to it and I was like, it's just like blowing the smoke out of the suppressor. I think it's like movies and video games that cut this. Anyway, that was a hell of a lot of lead up for a really crappy story. So I apologise. But again, as with anything, I'll need to run this thing through its paces. We also need to let it sit for an amount of time to see if this thing is a leaky mess. Just, you have to get your head around it a bit, trying to choose the right mode. Now, this probably would be a lot simpler, and it's probably what they want you to do, is you download the app.
Do you want to develop an app?
No thanks, Gluty. Hey, what's up, Gluty?
Hi, Morty. Do you want to develop an app?
No thanks.
Rick, why does it say do not develop my app on your intern's forehead?
Why? You want to develop one?
There's like a little QR code here. So you download the ESHOOTER app, and then you just connect your phone to it. It has a chrono as well, it was saying. I'm sure it said it had a chrono. And then you can just, on your phone, it's probably the easiest way to do it. Just set up exactly what you want, because going through the button clicks on this is a bit of a pain in the arse. So how do we turn it off? So I think you just click through the modes, it'll do a double flash of red, and then it's off. Okay, happy days. So it kicks the smoke out. If you want something maybe like this, I mean, this isn't massive. It's not a huge can at all. The styling on it isn't as nice as this. I think this aesthetically looks better. You could hide this in a lot more places as well. If you want to put this inside another suppressor, or whether you just want to have it on the end of your rifle and not have a huge, because it just looks like a flash hider, it's that small. If you're doing it outdoors and you just want the flash function and the smoke, I think that's probably what a lot of people would like. Again, you're going to get a bit of gas, maybe. Obviously, didn't do it there. It's hard to tell. It is fairly warm in this room, so I doubt that gun would have been doing it then. But with gas stuff, you can get a bit of a plume of smoke anyway. So if you're running flash generators, if you're indoors and it's cold, you can get that effect anyway. But what you won't get is like the lingering smoke effect. It's kind of out and gone and it disappears. The plus side to these things are you can get the same results out of electric or HPA, whatever you want to fit it on. You'll get the same results, because all it's relying on is a BB to come out the barrel. But the plus side this has over the Martina, I think they were similarly priced, if I'm honest. You've got the trace unit function, so it will light up your tracer rounds per CQB. And you've got the Bluetooth there, so you can go through all the settings, everything. I'll have a play on the app. I'll be taking these out to random games. Now, you might get a gameplay out of it, you might not get a gameplay out of it. But I need time on these things. This one so far has passed the leak test. I've left it for a while since we did it, and there's no leaking whatsoever. So now, because I filled this one up, there is vapour on the inside. I don't know if you'll be able to see this. So there is a vapour build-up on the inside there. So I will leave this now. I think I'll leave it like that, and we'll just see if it leaks. So thank you for tuning into this video. I know it's a bit of a daft one. Some people say that I'm always unprepared, and you're probably right, but just when you've got so many things going through your head, it's sometimes can take over your brain a little bit. ESHOOTER, Flare Smoky BT trace unit. If you want all the possible features you can have out of a trace unit, this ticks all the boxes. You've got your tracer unit, you've got your flash generator, you've got your smoke generator, and of course you've got Bluetooth. Just the aesthetics are more akin, in my head, the aesthetics of this are more akin to like a gel blaster. I just wish they would take cues from companies in the US and just make them look a bit more realistic. You know, like the PTS stuff. Now the PTS stuff is insanely expensive, but one thing you can say about the PTS stuff, this is the, I think the Dead Air or something like that, the Sandman. They look, although they're very much overpriced, and the trace units you're getting with them are really simplified messes. They work, it's just a bit garbage. They look fantastic, and that's where these other companies are going to have to come in and start appealing to those that want the finer aesthetics, you know what I mean? So it's not going to look out of place. To be honest, if I was going to run this, it's probably what I will do. I'm just going to get a suppressor wrap for this just to hide it. I'll put it as simply as that. So thanks for tuning in as always. Appreciate you coming out and checking another video. The Colt M23 has just dropped on the floor and landed on my foot. That's in its process now of being modernised, and I've got some cool things I want to do to that, so we'll see about that in the future. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Is this the ESHOOTER one you were all talking about? I assume it is. Let me know in the comments below what you think. Is this a good thing? Is it a bad thing? Is it just another product and you're on the, you know, you're not either there or that side of the fence? It's just another product that you probably will or won't check out. I want to hear about it. So, and if you, of course, if you own this stuff, you got any tips and tricks or anything to watch out for, if there's any issues that they have, if you pop it down below, you can let everybody know what you found. So thanks to you as always. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, check out the Airsoft Discord, the link will be in the description. This is the ESHOOTER Flare Smoky BT tracer unit. Smoke, I'm mixing up all the acronyms now. Anyway, it's a little unit, it puts smoke out, it puts light out, it puts lights up trace BB. So that's what we've been looking at. Hope you enjoyed it. Look forward to doing more content in the year 2026. I'm not sure if I'm going to get any more videos out before then now, or even if these videos are going to come out before the end of the year. I'm trying to catch up. I'm trying to catch up with all the orders. So appreciate you sticking around. And as always, from me and Bench, we'll be seeing you in the next one.